Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. I am Shokari, coach for the Showtime Mr. Mimes, and we are back for week 6 of the Dawn Draft League, hosted by Sierra Dawn and organized by her amazing team of mods. This week we are facing off against the Pittsburgh Arcaknights, who have drafted Metagross, Tapu Koko, Porygon 2, Dragonite, Chandelure, Corviknight, Hippowdon, Escavalier, Lucario, Starmie, and Articuno. I'd like to thank Armando, who commented on my last video suggesting that I should show you guys the standings thus far, which is an excellent idea and one that never had crossed my mind. So, as we can see, I'm currently in second place for my group, and not very secure there either. I'm definitely going to have to win this and next week if I hope to make it into playoffs. Looking at what my opponent has brought the past 5 weeks, we can see that Dragonite and Porygon 2 have been to all 5 matches, with Tapu Koko to 4. Articuno and Lucario have appeared for 3 matches each, with Chandelure, Starmie, Hippowdon, and Metagross all participating in 2 matches. Escavalier has only been brought once, and Corviknight has yet to show up. From the team sheets, we can also see that the movesets and items change only slightly each week, roughly staying the same throughout the tournament so far. Our opponent seems pretty set in the core Pokemon of Dragonite, Porygon 2, and Tapu Koko, essentially only changing up what they want to support them with each week. One of the biggest takeaways for me is that my opponent has several Pokemon that can either use Imprison or Trick Room, yet has never opted into that strategy or even denied it from their previous opponents, meaning that we should have full reign to use it ourselves this week. With all that in mind, it seems their 3 most popular picks are almost a shoo-in for this week, with Tapu Koko being a very fast support and Dragonite fluctuating between offense and support. Porygon 2 has actually been rather offensive with 3 attacks plus Recover. I can see Chandelure, Metagross, Lucario, and Starmie being rather likely to show up this week. Chandelure has been a solid pick the past couple of weeks with either Choice Scarf or Choice Specs. Metagross serves as a bulky Assault Vest user. Lucario has been an offensive threat with Focus Sash, and even with the tech of Counter a couple of times, while Starmie has a good offense alongside the support of Ally Switch. Articuno, Hippowdon, Escavalier, and Corviknight seem unlikely to me. Articuno is walled by several of my own Pokemon. Hippowdon is the most likely of these 4 to appear, being rather bulky and being able to set sand to deter my own weather, although it isn't exactly terribly difficult for me to deal with. Escavalier would actually be an amazing choice to bring against me to fight my own Trick Room, completely out-typing and underspeeding Hatterene for Trick Room, but I don't think my opponent is too keen to try it out themselves. Corviknight could serve as a bulkier Tailwind setter compared to Articuno, but against several of my own Pokemon, finds itself in a rough position. From here, it almost seems a given to bring Barraskewda, as it outspeeds everything that doesn't have a Choice Scarf, and has good enough coverage for almost everything they have. Manectric makes a very natural partner, redirecting electric attacks or thunder waves from both Koko and Dragonite, while having good coverage against Metagross and Corviknight through Flamethrower and or Thunderbolt. Charizard is an excellent offensive threat that also benefits from the presence of Manectric. Whimsicott seems pretty fine to bring as a support, allowing us to check the otherwise terrifying threat of Scarf Chandelure that has been brought before. Also, none of their Pokemon will be immune to any prankster-based shenanigans I could possibly run, so we do have that to consider. Trick Room is actually surprisingly viable since my opponent has neglected to run their own Trick Room or Imprison, even though they have the capability of utilizing it themselves, and also some of their previous matchups have also involved Trick Room. So, Hatterene makes a very good case for itself, as Psychic Fairy Fire coverage will decimate the enemy, with Dusclops to enable her. Dugtrio has a fairly decent matchup into a lot of their team, but it has to really compete against everyone else to justify a spot. Its typing is pretty excellent into some of their more prominent Pokemon, but it has a terrible matchup against Starmie, who it can't even KO with a Max Darkness, while being obliterated in return with Scald or Hydro Pump. Lucario typically has a Focus Sash and has Counter to do a lot of damage, but that is something I can play around. Starmie, however, is not. Mienshao unfortunately isn't great here, as they have several Pokemon that are immune to Fake Out through Inner Focus, as well as being able to just Dynamax whatever I could Fake Out instead. Their use of Priority or Spread attacks is also very low, bordering on non-existent, meaning that the biggest strengths of Mienshao in Fake Out and either Quick or Wide Guard are wasted here. That being said, they do have several excellent targets for knockoff, so that might make a decent enough justification to bringing Mienshao. Duraludon unfortunately doesn't have strong enough coverage to convince me to bring it, and Latios doesn't provide anything crucial enough to warrant a spot either. Snorlax loses out simply because Hatterene has a far easier time working the matchup. With all that out of the way, this week I've opted to bring Whimsicott, Charizard, Barraskewda, Manectric, Hatterene, and Dusclops. Whimsicott here is pretty standard, with Tailwind helping me against Tapu Koko and or Choice Scarf Chandelure, Sunny Day to support Charizard, but also to help make their numerous Hurricanes less accurate, Helping Hand to do its thing, and Light Screen for additional support. I opted for Koba Berry just because they have a lot of flying attacks to choose from. Charizard's pretty standard as well. I dropped Air Slash in favor of a Dragon move for a better match against Dragonite. Manectric should do well here, being able to shut down double Thunder Wave as well as any other electric attacks. Flamethrower and Snarl provide additional coverage, and the Air Balloon is to help against Hippowdon and or an Earthquake from Metagross. Barraskewda should also have an excellent matchup here, and serve as a very functional Dynamax option into their team. Drill Run lets it boost up against Tapu Koko while also providing a KO, with Ice Fang to demolish Dragonite. Dusclops and Hatterene are exactly the same as we last saw them, and if my line of thought is accurate, we should be able to set up Trick Room without any difficulty. If you guys are enjoying my analysis and want to see more, consider subscribing so you can stay up to date with my side of the Draft League as we hopefully continue on into the playoffs. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into Game 1 of our match against the Pittsburgh Arcaknights. Alright, we are here against the Pittsburgh Arcaknights. Let's see, Tapu Koko, Dragonite, Metagross, Porygon 2, Articuno, Hippowdon. Okay, mostly what I expected. Articuno and Hippowdon throw a tiny bit of a wrench into the plan, but I think we are overall fine. Let's see, I think there is no bad lead of Whimsicott Barraskewda. That should handle most of it. We can Manectric in the back, and also Charizard in the back. We don't need to bring Trick Room out just yet. We'll see how this lead goes. If he leads Tapu Koko Dragonite, we're pretty solid. If he leads Tapu Koko Articuno, Tapu Koko Hippowdon, like, as long as Metagross isn't up front, we're pretty fine. Yeah, we want to bait his electric attacks and his thunder waves with the Manectric. We really want to bait it. That feels like the best plan going forward. It'll be curious to see if he actually brought Trick Room on the Porygon 2. Because that will make things more interesting if he does. But if he doesn't, then we are just in luck going forward. So what are you leading? You could lead Articuno to match my Tailwind. That is entirely possible. Tapu Koko or Dragonite sounds very reasonable as the lead. He didn't bring the Chandelure, and that makes me very happy, but now I kind of wish that my Dusclops was physically defensive instead of specially defensive. Alright, let's do it. Game 1 of the match. What are you leading? Tapu Koko Articuno. Okay. That is not bad. I can deal with that. I can absolutely deal with that. So, what I could do is Light Screen, just in case Articuno decides to go for Freeze Dry. And then Max Quake the Tapu Koko, just to get a special defense boost so the Articuno doesn't one-shot me. Do I need a Dynamax here? No, but it's going to start putting pressure on them. Because they want to Dynamax the Metagross, maybe the Dragonite. We can always Tailwind next turn because we have priority with Tailwind. Yeah, thankfully Barraskewda is naturally faster than Tapu Koko. It's base 130, we are base 136. So a Helping Hand and a Max Geyser probably KOs the Articuno. They're probably going for Tailwind. Yeah, that's fine. So what do you have in the back? Definitely Dragonite or Metagross. For sure. Porygon 2. Okay. Interesting choice. Probably has an electric attack. So I'm fine with Manectric coming out. Actually, no. Let's go ahead and... let's Helping Hand. And Max Knuckle the Porygon 2, because he's probably Dynamaxing the Porygon 2. And he got the attack boost off download, not special attack, which helps as well. If he didn't bring out Metagross, that means he probably didn't bring it here. Porygon 2, he has Dynamax before. Helping Hand Max Knuckle is not going to KO it, but it is going to do significant damage. Helping Hand Max Geyser was probably better. Okay, he doesn't Dynamax. We might actually get close to a KO here. Goes for Hurricane, that's fine. Don't confuse me. You did confuse me, okay. Okay, that's nice. We didn't hit ourselves in confusion. Let's see how much damage we do. Okay, now if we live with the light screen, then we can KO it next turn for sure. It is Thunderbolt. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, let's actually go ahead and Sunny Day. So Hurricane's less accurate. And then get in another Max Knuckle. He doesn't run Protect on Porygon 2. He has never run Protect. It's always been 3 attacks and recover every single week. Yeah, maxing the Porygon 2 here. Maybe this matters, maybe this doesn't. Sunny Day should help. At least in regards to the Hurricane hitting. The boost from Max Knuckle might be enough to mimic the boost from Helping Hand. And we might just pick up the KO here anyway. Okay, the Max Guard, that's fine. Sunny Day just to ruin the Hurricanes. That's a lot. Okay, now we just need to... Okay, we snapped our confusion, that's great. That's fine. Okay, he has to get another Max Guard for this to work. So I'm just going to close combat, and we will KO ourselves to Life Orb damage. So hopefully he doesn't get a second Max Guard up. And now we stagger the Tailwind out, so his is about to expire and ours will still be good. Okay, does KO the Porygon, that's nice. Oh wait, no, we have Life Orb on Charizard, so Bearspeed is actually fine here. I mean, that's not fine. The Articuno is obviously attacking into it. But that's good. So we are now... Oh. Okay, well we are now 4v2. That is an excellent position to be in. If it's Metagross, it has Bullet Punch. It is Metagross, that's fine. So, I'm just going to Helping Hand the Bearspeed anyway, just in case it doesn't go for it. We'll go for the Drill Run, which... Maybe he doesn't attack us. Maybe he actually doesn't do it. Like, maybe he attacks the Whimsicott. That'd be great. We're +2. No, we're +1. Which, that's fine. We have Charizard in the back. Charizard wins this late game. That's totally fine. Yeah, actually, like, Manectric Charizard just, like, really slaps here. Because we can just double up into the Metagross. Because I don't know if I don't think Overheat in the Sun with Solar Power and Life Orb kills the Metagross because it's Assault Vested. It's possible, but it might not, depending on how bulky it is. It is quite possible it doesn't kill it. So I'm actually fine with a double up here. Actually, let's just go ahead and attack into the Articuno. Why not? We'll not. We'll just double Flamethrower. Or double Fire move. His Metagross, I doubt, has Protect. And the Articuno's not doing anything here against either of these. pretty good damage from Manectric, so we could have gone for a Scorching Sands there, but I just wanted to be sure, because my biggest worry is like a bulky Assault Vest Metagross, because that can be very hard to take down. But I'm not worried, we got it. And we can just double up into the Articuno. So now we just Rising Voltage. Do another Overheat just because. Alright, so that went pretty well for the first game, I think. Not exactly according to plan. I could have switched to Manectric earlier, possibly, but it didn't really matter. It was better to conserve it here. But now I know, Metagross definitely KOs the... Or, Charizard KOs the Metagross in sum with Overheat, for sure. Like, if Manectric did that much damage, then Charizard's KOing it, absolutely. Okay, so that begs the question, what does he lead now? Articuno Tapu Koko did not work. So, very unlikely he leads it again. So you have to think, if I lead Whimsicott Barraskewda, what's his best answer into Barraskewda? Probably Metagross, right? I would not be surprised to see, like, Metagross Porygon 2. So, like, actually, either way, I could probably just lead Trick Room here, right? Like, Trick Room's probably fine. I would like to lead Trick Room. I like Trick Room. I do like Dusclops Hatterene. It's one of my favorite duos in this game. So, let's see. What is he leading? Hippowdon could come out. But against the Barraskewda, like, not really. Right? So... Metagross shouldn't have a move that's actually very good against the Barraskewda. I'm fine leading the exact same thing, actually. I'm fine bringing it. Like, let's see what his response to this is. And depending on how good his response is, or how terribly I possibly play it, we can do Trick Room next. But I don't think he actually has a good response here, because if he leads Koko Dragonite, then I just switch him Manectric immediately. And Barraskewda's getting a KO on one of them. So... I don't think Barraskewda has a difficult time KOing as the Metagross, and even then it's Assault Vest, so Max Quake should be good against it. And unless he's running Thunder Punch, I should be fine. Porygon 2 Dragonite. Yeah, so that actually makes me feel really good about leading, about switching him Manectric. So, Manectric can come out, and Ice Fang doesn't KO Max, Hailstorm has to do it, but we'll just KO the Dragonite here. I could go for a close combat into the Porygon 2, in all honesty, and hope that they went for the double Electric. That's a little wishful thinking, though, but it is possible. Thunder Wave and Thunderbolt. Entirely possible, but Manectric should be getting one boost here. It is a Yachi Berry, okay. But if it lives, I mean, even better. That just means Manectric gets even stronger, right? Oh, we even KO it through the Yachi Berry! Dang, that is some power. That's nuts. So what is he to do? Does he max the Porygon 2 again? Does he max Metagross? Because honestly, if it's Metagross, I could double up into it with Flamethrower Max Quake and possibly KO it if he Dynamaxes. I've already revealed the Flamethrower, he knows I have the Max Quake. It probably makes more sense for him to max Porygon 2. I didn't see what boost it got, I need to check. It is a Powdon. I'm actually kind of fine with that. I might Snarl. Yeah. Let me just double up into the Hippowdon just to be safe. Like, I feel like he maxes Porygon 2 here, but if we can just hit around it, then it shouldn't be much of a problem later. Especially if he doesn't start targeting the Manectric. But because I think I can, like, 4v1 or even 3v1 the Porygon 2 if I just hit around it. It is the Hippowdon, so I feel a little bit better about doubling into it. I can possibly burn it with Flamethrower if Max Geyser doesn't KO. But this makes me feel a lot better about doubling into it now, especially if I do KO it, because then Porygon 2 is much less threatening. Ooh, okay. Very tanky. Tanky Hippo. We do have that Air Balloon, though, so maybe he tries to attack into the... Ah, weakness policy. Oh, a check button. Okay, that's that's actually really funny. I'm sorry, but that's actually really funny to me. He probably expected me to go after the Pori2 there. So now his Dynamax is just gone. Now I can actually double into the Porygon 2. Yeah. Or I can't double into it, I can Rising Voltage it. And then Max Quake the Tapu Koko. Because it's faster than Manectric, it can kill with a Dazzling Gleam. So now Bearskew is at least a little bit more guarded against the Porygon 2. Rain is still up. So when Hippowdon switches back in, we can probably KO it with a Liquidation, possibly. +1 Rising Voltage, how we do? Good damage. Okay, fine with Whimsicott here. Yeah, I think I'll Helping Hand just because I don't think I can KO the Hippowdon. I'm actually not very confident on that. Actually, no, I will Light Screen just to be safe. Light Screen plus the +1 from Max Quake should be enough to let me live. Probably could have just KO'd Porygon 2 here with a close combat, but Hippowdon has Rock Slide, and Charizard does not have a good move against it. So there is that. Okay, no Protect, that's good. Eject button Hippowdon. Ooh, okay, it just barely lives. That actually doesn't do a lot of damage to Whimsicott. Okay, but Hippowdon has, like, no HP now. I don't know if it has Slack Off. Actually, yeah, I don't know if it has Slack Off. So So let's just Liquidation it to be safe. And then Charizard can come out and just wreck Porygon too. Should Barraskewda fall. Or Whimsicott. Either one. Well, I'm glad Hippowdon did not turn out to be as much of a threat as I would have initially thought, since I did not prepare for it. Do we live this? We don't, but that's okay, because now we can Helping Hand Overheat in the sun on Solar Power Charizard, and there is no way anything that takes neutral damage should survive that. Please do not KO my Charizard. Ooh, sorry, no, not that. Helping Hand. Overheat. Please be KO'd. Charizard, Charizard, Charizard. Yeah! Alright, so. We got a nice 2-0 there. I'm really glad about that. I really need it if I want to make it into playoffs. You know, hey, good game to the Pittsburgh Arcaknights. They played that pretty well. They brought out 2 Pokemon I definitely was not expecting. I legitimately wasn't. And that was pretty fun. That was pretty enjoyable. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more of these. I'm going to be posting Dawn Draft League content for as long as I'm able to. And I will see you guys next time. Enjoy!